Hello, and welcome back to the Performance Improvement video tutorial series on how to use the Project Improvement SharePoint site template. This is video 4, a tutorial in which we'll discuss the project plan and how to use it. The project plan's purpose is to list the deliverables that are required to be completed in order for the project to be completed itself. The project plan can be accessed in two ways. It can be accessed through the use of the left-hand navigation bar by clicking on the blue hyperlink that says Project Plan, or it can be accessed through the Project Plan web part. In this case, we're going to use the Project Plan web part to access the Project Plan web page. I'm going to click on the black hyperlink in the middle of the page that says Project Plan. As I click on the hyperlink, you'll see that the browser queues for a moment and then navigates to the Project Plan web page. On this page, there are three components to be aware of. The New button, which allows you to add new deliverables. The Action button, which allows you to add new deliverables through the use of the data sheet. And the Gantt List view. The Gantt is a view that lists the deliverables in a calendar-like format, displaying them in sequence regarding the project start date and project end date. The list view, very similarly, is going to list the deliverables, their start dates, their end dates, and their statuses. The most common method for populating the project plan is going to be through the use of the data sheet. The team has constructed a Excel file that provides the most commonly used project plan. In order to obtain the project plan template, we are going to have to navigate to the Performance Improvement Department page on Income. I currently have that up in a separate window. I'm going to navigate to Income, click on Departments, scroll down to Performance Improvement, and navigate to the Performance Improvement homepage. And allow the browser for one moment to kind of catch up. And as it does, you'll see that it navigates to the Performance Improvement Department page. On the Department page, under Performance Improvement Tools and Templates, you'll see a file titled SP for SharePoint Project Plan. It's an Excel file. Go ahead and click on that file and allow for Excel to open. You won't have this error occur. This is an error that's occurring on my computer. Go ahead and click cancel so that you can actually see the file open. And as the file opens, you'll see that there's a generic project plan listed. Okay. I'm going to minimize that and navigate back to the SharePoint site we were using before I went to the department page. Okay, so now we're back on the web page project plan. I'm going to use Edit in Data Sheet to open a new view in which I can copy and paste from my Excel file directly into the project plan web page. I'm going to open the Excel file again, select the first three columns, try capturing all components, right click and select copy. After selecting copy, you'll see that the fields selected will be surrounded by what's called the marching ants, indicating that you are copying that area. What we'll do is minimize the Excel window, navigating back to the project plan web page. Again, we're in data sheet view, and in the deliverable, and I apologize that this is difficult to read, I'm going to expand this so that you can read. In the deliverable phase NB, which is for the sorting purpose, right click and select paste. And what you have done is copied from the Excel file the project plan for the most common projects. So the team, what we've done is got together and determined that most of the projects are going to go through these deliverable phases. Okay. Now that we've created those deliverable phases, we're going to click on Actions and Show in Standard View, and allow the web browser to refresh for a moment, and we'll see that we have the starts of a project plan. So let's go over editing. To edit a deliverable, you can simply click on the blue hyperlink, which will pull up detail view on that deliverable and give you the option of editing the item. We can go ahead and click on Edit Item. Okay, what we're looking at is the baseline and benchmark deliverable. Let's say that the team has already collected that information. So in the description, I'm going to write a note of team collected baseline information for the process. And we're going to scroll down and say that that was started last week and ended on last Friday, and that it's completed, and click OK. Okay, now that we've made those changes, you see that that deliverable item has been moved to the Gantt view, which uses the project or the deliverable start date and deliverable end date to display the work in a calendar-like view. Okay, so now that we've demonstrated how to edit an item, we will demonstrate how to append an item to a deliverable. So we will say that we have our charter completed. Click on the charter drafted deliverable in the list, which will pull up the detail view. Click on Edit Item, and we are looking at the charter drafted. So in the description, we'll list charter completed by team and scope of project determined. Okay, and we'll say that they finished that in one day and say they did that on Friday of last week, and select that it's completed. So on the form, we've put in the start date, end date, and indicated that it's completed. But we just aren't satisfied that that's enough information. We actually want to include the file itself to the deliverable. In order to do that, I'm going to scroll up back to the top of the form and click on the blue hyperlink that reads Attach File. Go ahead and hit Attach File, which will open a new window prompting you to browse. And we are going to browse through My Documents and find a file and append it to this. So in this case, I'm just looking for any Word document, selecting it. In this case, you would have looked for your correct file. For myself, for demonstration purposes, have just selected any file. And click OK. And as you scroll down on the form, you can see there's now an attachments field which lists the file itself. And I'm going to click OK and demonstrate what change that made to your project plan web page. So see that we now have charter drafted, moved up, took one day to complete. So it's listed on your Gantt view. If you find that project listed on the project list view, you'll see that it has a paper clip to the left of the field indicating that there's an attachment there. Okay. Last, I'd like to show you how to add new deliverable items to the project plan that maybe weren't included on the template we provided. In order to do that, you simply click on the New button, and we'll say that just generically in the define phase there was some work that was done that we didn't offer as a field in the project plan template that you access through Excel. So for sorting purposes, we're going to list that it is deliverable phase 1. We're still in the define phase, and we'll put that the team had a Kaizen during the define phase, and we'll say Kaizen, put in a brief description of team hosted Kaizen event for project kickoff. And we will say that that started today, actually. It happened this morning. Go ahead and say that that was a one-day event, started on the 5th, ended on the 5th. It's a one-day event, and that it's completed. And go ahead and click OK. And again, the web page is going to queue for a moment, navigating back to the project plan web page so that you can see the changes that had occurred. Okay, so see, we created the Kaizen event, which is now displayed on the Gantt view, indicating that it's a deliverable phase that occurred on March 5th. And if you look down in the list view, you can see the Kaizen here has been added, started on the 5th, ended on the 5th, and that it was completed, but that there's no attachments to the file or to the deliverable. Okay, and that is the basics of using the project plan web page. I do want to navigate to the landing page and just demonstrate how the use of the project plan in creating deliverable phases changes the project plan web part, which lives on the landing page. So using the breadcrumbs, I want to navigate back one page to the landing page and view that web part just so that you can see how listing deliverables does change it. So bear with me one moment as the web page refreshes. Okay, and now you see the project plan web part has listed the work that has been completed. Okay, that is a brief introduction to the use of the project plan. I did want to demonstrate how elaborate you could be with the project plan on one of the sites that the performance improvement team has used. So I'm going to navigate to that and just kind of give you a feel for really the usefulness of this tool. So I'm looking at a different site now. I'm going to access the project plan by clicking on the black hyperlink for the web part, which is going to navigate me to the web page itself. And you can see that in this project there are several deliverables listed. We can kind of view the work in a timeline on the Gantt view, and we can also look at the list view, which will kind of provide a little bit more information for here's the deliverables, the phases in which they occurred, if there's attachments for those deliverables, and when their start dates, end dates were, and kind of where they are in process right now. Some of them have been completed, some are in progress, some of those aren't started. So I just wanted to briefly navigate over this page so that you can get a sense for how robust the project plan can be. Okay, that's all I have to offer. I appreciate you tuning in, and we hope that you found this tutorial as well as our other tutorials helpful in learning how to use our template. Thank you.